Mr. Lalkanta, Minister of Agriculture, Sri Lanka, Dr. Kiri, founder and leader of SANASA, distinguished guests, leaders, and members of SANASA, which is the largest cooperative society in Sri Lanka, a pleasant good morning to all of you. It was my desire to join you in person for your very important event today. It would have been my first time to meet many of you. However, I have to prepare for my travel to a project launch in Cambodia, and thus this video message. Allow me to share a PowerPoint with you in the hope of bringing my message clearer. A little introduction about AFA. AFA is a regional level or membership-based organization. We have 24 national farmers organizations as members in 16 countries. We have operation in Sri Lanka, and we are very happy with our partnership, AFA and SANASA, in the implementation of the Asia Pacific Farmers Program, Farmers Organization for Asia in Sri Lanka. We thank you for the good activities that you have been doing under this program. Our membership is composed of 13 million small-scale family farmers engaged in crops, livestock, fisheries, forestry, herding, and pastoralism. It may be good to note that 3 of our members are national-level cooperatives: the Central Tea Cooperative Federation in Nepal, the Philippine Family Farmers Agriculture, Fishery, and Forestry Cooperative Federation in Philippines, and the National Association of Mongolian Agriculture Cooperatives in Mongolia. And many of our member organizations, they have primary cooperatives as their base group or as members. What is the situation of family farming in Asia? 90% of farmlands are family farms. 74% in Asia Pacific. 70% of the world's food is produced by family farmers. 80% of Asia's food is produced by small-scale farmers. 50 to 80% of work in farms are done by women, yet they do not have equal access to rights and opportunities, as well as we have aging farmers with an average age of 57 to 65 years old in some countries. So if the farmers are producers of the food, why is it that the face of hunger and poverty is still a farming family? Because we face challenges, many challenges, and the greatest challenge that we face now is climate change. Asia holds about 60% of the world's population. Of this, nearly 70% live in rural areas, depending directly on land and land-based ecosystem services. As a result, Asia is the continent, and we, the Asian family farmers, are the most severely affected by land degradation, desertification, drought, typhoons, and rains, which all, including unpredictable weather patterns, threaten our crops, livestock, harvests, increase pests and diseases in our farms, and therefore reduces our incomes, food security, and sense of well-being. In some cases, this extreme weather take the lives of our family and friends in the community. We also face problems on landlessness. Unequal access to land is threatening the livelihoods of 2 billion people globally. In South Asia, countries show the highest levels of inequality, where 10% of landowners possess up to 75% of agriculture lands. We face high costs of inputs, lack of appropriate equipment and machineries to reduce drudgery, especially amongst women, and to have more efficiency in production, harvesting, and processing activities. Low and fluctuating prices of our products, lack of access to markets and infrastructure for markets, lack of financing, especially if we like to shift to more agroecological practices, lack of participation in decision-making bodies, and yes, conflicts and militarization in some areas. We are affected by this as we fear for our safety, and this disrupts our rhythm of work, and sometimes we get displaced from our lands. How do we respond to these challenges? We respond by building our solidarity, our capacities to be key actors of the change we want for ourselves and for society. And our vehicle? Our cooperatives. Why is agri-cooperatives a very viable option? Because in reality, smallholders are the main investors in the rural sector and the largest food producers in the world. But we are dispersed and fragmented and facing numerous barriers like I mentioned earlier. And so the co-op's response is cost sharing, market linkages, and voice, aggregating the hundreds, the thousands, and millions of small-scale farmers. So the problem, I can skip this, but let me give you our inspiration for cooperative development. One of our inspiration is Lamak Multipurpose Cooperative in Cebu City, Philippines. Lamak is a 50-year-old cooperative. It started with 70 members, now with 80,000 members, 459 staff, 9 board of directors, and 16 committees, with total assets of $30 million. They have a full range of services, no, for their members, like loan windows, mortuary aid, senior citizen special discount, hospitalization packages. They have clusters for production, value addition, and marketing of vegetables, dairy, cacao, cassava, soap, cut flour, coconut, even recycled paper. They have a good agriculture practice certification. They have a tourist resort, and the AFA Execom held its meeting one time before COVID there. They have a solar energy project. They have they disseminate info on integrated, diversified organic farming. They have a co-op mart, a bakery, a distributorship of inputs, water system and refilling, office building, I think 4-story, dormitory, gasoline station, and they conduct outreach programs, mainly medical and dental missions and feeding program as well. And they have gender and youth programs. The, so what is the impact? No? What is the impact? The cooperative financial services increase the assets of the member and help increase the incomes of their members, while the social services provide them a sense of well-being for their family because they're social. But the cooperative does not only give economic and social power to its members, it also gives political power. Lamak is a member of a larger cooperative federation called NATCO. And in the Philippines, we have a party list system where disadvantaged or marginalized sectors of society can form a party list and run for a seat in the lower Congress. Their affiliated party list, Co-op NATCO, has garnered at least one seat since 1998. It has authored and passed 7 laws to date. One law was on condonation on irrigation fees and penalties for rice farmers. One law on mandating the appointment of cooperative development officers in each town and province, and one law on creating the Cooperative Development Authority. The cooperative itself becomes a citizenship training center as the cooperative strives to function with transparency and accountability, guided by democratic processes in governance per member regardless of share, and we guided with equity principles through patronage refunds and dividends. Lamak has partnered with government agencies, banks, agribusiness companies at national and local levels, and with development partners at local, national, and international level. What is the sovereignty? Cooperatives are key partners. Cooperatives can act as service providers, input delivery channels, sounding boards for policy proposals, the voice of farmers, mobilizer and aggregator of farmers' produce, and equal partners in design and implementation of projects, relying on traditional knowledge, relying on the wisdom, relying on the experience of its members. In closing, I would like to stop share. And in closing, we would like to share that AFA colleagues Lani Rebagay, whom I'm sure many of you know, and Sok Bansuela, representative of our Philippine member Pakisama, just finished attending the Global Dialogue on Family Farming held in Rome last week. In his intervention, Sok said that ending rural poverty and strengthening food systems is not a dream, but a concrete, scalable path. We can unleash the potential of family farmers into an unstoppable power, financed, organized, and ready to lead the transformation that our planet needs. Therefore, we would like to take this opportunity to ask the government and development partners in Sri Lanka to support the cooperatives by providing incentives, financing, technical assistance, so they can be better and bigger in terms of membership and services. And we ask this to all the cooperative members and leaders to stay guided by farmers' needs and aspirations, that our members can live happy and dignified lives while contributing to food sovereignty, climate resiliency, providing healthy food to the people while protecting the environment. In closing, I hope you can repeat after me. Farmers for healthy people and planet. Long live cooperatives. Long live family farmers. Thank you for your attention.